Hey Astra Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the conjunction of Venus and Rahu in the natal chart. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So first of all, how do you interpret this conjunction of Venus and Rahu? Well, it's very important to see this in your natal chart, to see this from the D1 Rashi position, but you also want to check to see this in the D9 Navamsa chart as well, as this will give you the full strength of this conjunction. You can also find the final saying of this conjunction in the D60 chart. And very important to see the sign position of this conjunction as well. To see what element is this placed in becomes extremely important. A few things that can change this conjunction are if there are other planets along with it, or if there are any planets aspecting. So this also becomes extremely important to notice in the chart as well. Now, what does Venus represent? Venus is all about love, relationships, beauty, fashion, entertainment, the arts. It is all about sexuality. It is representing the wife in a male's chart. It is all about the pleasurable experience of life, enjoying the material aspects of life. Venus also represents mysticism, occult knowledge as well. Rahu is a planet that represents our desires, our obsession, the things that we are moving towards in this lifetime, all of our big ambitions and desires. Rahu also gives us success, gives us fame, gets us noticed in life. Rahu is all about the material world, all about the external environment. Rahu also rules over addiction and deceptive behaviors, all sorts of illusions in this lifetime. At the same time, Rahu gives the cleverness and intuition to be able to take risk and to create things in this lifetime. It's a very intellectual planet that can be seen with all sorts of skills, clever, innovative ways of pushing forward. Rahu also, though, can lead to all sorts of fears, addictions, and issues, even such as suicide as well. So these are definitely some things to take into consideration. Now, Venus and Rahu are friends with one another, but Rahu is still a malefic at the end of the day, so it can still cause some conflicts with this conjunction. Now, when Rahu and Venus come together, Rahu is going to amplify everything that Venus represents. So this could definitely make you a very attractive individual. It can even make you physically attractive, especially if it is placed in the first or second house of the chart. But in general, it can give you a very attractive and charismatic personality. You're able to draw a lot of attention to you. People automatically want to listen, want to focus their attention on you. So you have this command over the room with this placement. Very attractive, magnetic position. This placement also can attract you towards foreigners as well, because Rahu represents anything that is foreign or unknown to us. So definitely this can attract people from different cultures, races, religions, different backgrounds, sometimes even attracting people who are a different age to yourself, whether that be older or younger. This conjunction, though, can hurt relationships because definitely Rahu is illusion, so this can make you very perfectionistic in your approach towards relationships, having this idealistic perspective of how relationships should go. And this can definitely lead to people disappointing you, letting you down in some way. So definitely some disturbances and challenges that can show up in the area of relationships. This placement also can mean that you're a very loving and passionate person. You put a lot into relationships. So there's this very obsessive, extreme nature in relationships that can also cause some problems for you as well. You may find that you put in more into the relationship than what you receive in return. So again, this feeling of being let down can be seen sometimes. So there's a need to come back down to earth a little bit and to look at relationships from more of a realistic perspective, to not have so many demands, to not put so much of this passion into the relationship or to expect a lot from it, but to just accept the flaws, to accept the way that things are in relationships. This will make you much happier in this area. This placement is very good for material success as well. You can be very clever at doing business. You can have very charming speech, very clever in your way of dealing with other people, and this can make you very successful. You can earn a lot of wealth. You can be very skilled with the use of wealth with this position as well, finding all sorts of clever and innovative ways of gaining wealth. You can have multiple income streams going. You could be very much into speculation with this position. You want to be careful, of course, to see the position of this conjunction. If this is really poorly placed in the chart, then obviously this can lead to some losses through speculation that you want to be careful of. This can also enhance your creativity as well, because again, Venus represents the arts and all sorts of creative talents. Even dealing with media, social media personality, all of these things can be seen. So it can make you a very entertaining, creative, inventive personality with this position as well. Venus, because it is about beauty, it is also related to cleanliness, to ensuring that you have this beautiful, secure surrounding. So this can also make you very obsessive with cleanliness, obsessive about keeping things looking nice and beautiful around you. So you could invest a lot of energy, time, and money into your home environment, wanting to make things look beautiful with this position. The other extreme can also occur though, because Rahu is all about extremes. So depending upon how this is placed in your chart, you might also fall at the other extreme where there's a tendency to hoard, to hold on to things, and to not have so much of a clean routine with this position as well. Sometimes because Rahu is illusion, you could do extreme things to enhance beauty with this placement. You could spend a lot of money in things like makeup, accessories, plastic surgery, different fashion styles with this position. This can get you very much interested again in wanting to indulge in the material aspects of life. And of course, if this is poorly placed in the chart, you can lose a lot of money in this area. You can have a shopaholic problem with this conjunction as well. This can actually cause all sorts of addictions that are related to Venus: sex addiction, drug addiction, alcohol addiction, anything in life that is pleasurable. There's a tendency to become obsessive and extreme in this area. This could also make you obsessive about diet and exercise as well. Again, because Venus is all about this beauty as well, trying to make yourself look beautiful with this placement. So you could have very extreme routines with this position, or obsessive tendencies of wanting to make yourself healthy and beautiful looking with this position as well. Definitely there's a problem with being yourself sometimes when you have this, because Venus has a lot to do with how we relate to other people. And again, Rahu is illusion. So you can relate to other people in a way that doesn't truly reveal who you are, or doesn't allow other people to get to know you at a deeper level. Sometimes there's a need to open up a little bit more, to be a little more trusting and willing to get closer to people in your relationships. This is another part of this conjunction that can disturb your relationships with other people. This placement could also make you famous as well, because again, this is a very magnetic, attractive placement. So you can get known for something with this position. You can even achieve great fame and success with this position as well. Sometimes with this placement, there could be issues with cheating, with promiscuity, but this doesn't always happen. You want to see how is this placed in the chart. This definitely, though, could give you a wandering eye with this conjunction, because again, there can be a lot of dissatisfaction, a lot of feeling let down, or not receiving the love that you're looking for in your relationship. Sometimes there can be a tendency to look around for other situations that can make you happy. At the same time, though, this placement can make you deeply hurt and unable to let go of previous relationships, because you become very obsessive, very much invested in your relationship. This conjunction will be strongest in the Kendra houses of the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th house of the chart. So if you have this conjunction in the 1st house, then this is going to make you very much focused on yourself and your appearance, which may create some issues in relationships and dealing with other people. Sometimes you also could feel slightly neglected by others, as if they're not able to attend to your needs or desires. And this could also come from an internal confusion in what you actually need and desire for yourself. So sometimes there's a need to do some self-reflection with this placement, to really look inside yourself and to see what is important, what do you value with this conjunction. If you have this place in the 4th house, then definitely it can disturb your early childhood childhood, your relationship with your home environment, with your mother, with this placement, because Rahu tends to create some disturbances in the fourth house of the chart. This also can make you a bit of a traveler as well, having a difficulty with settling in any kind of location. There can be a dissatisfaction, an inability to find that comfort and security that you're looking for. So jumping from different places or traveling a lot of feeling of restlessness in the home can be seen as well. If you have this in the seventh house of the chart, then definitely this can create some issues within your marriage with this placement, some issues with the spouse, difficulty with settling down into relationships can be seen as well. And it can take you through multiple relationships sometimes with this position. Also, you want to see how is this placed in the chart. Rahu definitely can indicate that there is a lot of relationships there for you because Rahu again represents what is unknown to us. So there is this desire to explore and to find that true connection that you're looking for. So this can create all sorts of issues in this area. At the same time, though, this can be a very clever placement for doing business because seventh house is all about business, partnership, and dealing with the marketplace. So definitely you could be very clever in understanding the different patterns, trends, what people are looking for within the marketplace, and you can be a brilliant business person with this position. If you have this place in the 10th house of the chart, then definitely there's going to be a focus on the career with this placement. But again, with this position, you may not be fully being yourself or showcasing all of your brilliance in this area. There can be a tendency to put on a disguise in the career area, and this may be that you are not focused on an area that truly you are passionate about in this area. So there's a need to really consider that you're putting your whole heart into this career area. Now, if you have this place in the sign of Aries, then this is a very passionate, exciting position. You're full of enthusiasm with this placement, constantly driving forward in life. But because of this, sometimes you can get yourself into difficult situations. Sometimes there's a need for a little bit of patience to really take your time and to think through your decisions. And this is especially true in the area of relationships. You can jump into relationships too quickly without fully getting to know the person, which can lead to a lot of disappointments in this area. This also can make you a bit argumentative as well, getting into all sorts of conflicts and difficulties with other people. Another thing is that this definitely makes you focus on what you value, on what you love, which sometimes can create obstacles in relationships. Sometimes there's a need to also take a look at another person's perspective as well. If you have this placed in Taurus, then this is an excellent position because Venus is at home in Taurus and Rahu is exalted here. So this is definitely going to be a prosperous position to have this conjunction. This can make you a very wealthy, successful person. You can have a very beautiful, attractive personality with this, very charming with your speech because Taurus rules speech. So this can be excellent in terms of your ability to do well in business, to be very successful, and to accumulate wealth. If you have this placed in Gemini, then it's going to definitely give you a lot of skill, a lot of talent. Gemini is all about our skills, hobbies, interests. So you're going to be skilled in some particular area if you have this conjunction. This also can make you an excellent communicator because Gemini is all about connecting and relating with other people as well. So excellent speech, excellent communication skills with this, very skillful, clever, creative, talented person with this. This can disturb relationships though because of the restlessness and the duality of Gemini. You can find yourself going through a lot of different relationships throughout your life. If you have this placed in Cancer, then this is a very difficult position, both for Rahu and for Venus. So this can definitely create some issues in relationships, in the family situation. Everything that is related to Venus gets disturbed with this position. So there's a need to find that sense of calm and peace within yourself, to find some relaxation technique, because there is an inability to really settle and to accept things as they are within your life with this placement. There can be a lot of discomfort, a lot of dissatisfaction with this, and not really finding that grounding and stability that you're looking for. If you have this this placed in Leo, then this is definitely a very proud position to have this. Sometimes you want to have a lot of attention, to have people focused on you, pampering you with this position. So you enjoy the spotlight sometimes with this. This can make you a very talented actor, politician, someone who is putting on a performance for the public. But definitely it can cause issues with relationships because of that need for attention. If you don't get enough attention from your partner, you can become very dissatisfied with this placement. If you have this placed in Virgo, then definitely it's going to disturb relationships because Virgo is a very perfectionistic sign, wants to make everything better, always finding faults, always looking at the smaller details. So this means that you can have trouble with accepting your partner for their faults. You can have difficulties with relationships for this reason. So sometimes there's a need to tone down some of this perfectionism, to come back down from this idealism and to accept some of those faults in relationships becomes very important. If you have this placed in Libra, this is another excellent placement. Just like Taurus, Venus feels at home. This is the office sign of Venus. And Rahu also enjoys being in this windy sign of Libra as well. So this can definitely make you a great entrepreneur or a great business person with this. You know how to make things go viral, to pick up on different trends, to build your social network, relating to other people with this placement. And Libra is also a very creative sign as well. So you could have artistic talent also. If you have this placed in Scorpio, then this is definitely going to cause some issues in relationships. Rahu and Venus both feel uncomfortable in this sign of Scorpio, especially Rahu, where this is really where Rahu becomes debilitated. So definitely there's a lot of passion, a lot of intensity. You love very deeply with this placement, but sometimes there are ups and downs. There's challenges in this area. And if your partner does any kind of subtle actions that may feel like betrayal to you, there can be issues with jealousy, suspicion, all sorts of paranoia coming into this placement as well that you want to be careful of, because this can definitely disturb your relationships. This also, though, like Libra, can make you very skilled in the world of business. Scorpio is that original 8th house of shared resources. So definitely you can be very talented in business partnership, in speculation, anything really that is related to wealth and business. If you have it placed in Sagittarius, Sagittarius is a very restless sign. So you're going to be traveling, exploring with this placement. This can take you into foreign lands, definitely, and connecting with foreign people, foreign religions, foreign cultures can be seen with this placement. Something that you want to be careful of, though, is because Rahu is illusion and it's in Jupiter's sign, running into false gurus, people who are trying to convince you of certain beliefs and ideologies, but they're actually false gurus giving you the wrong information. So there can be a tendency to be misled with this position. So definitely having more discernment with your belief systems becomes very important. If you have this placed in Capricorn, this is excellent. Rahu and Venus both love being in this earthy sign of Capricorn, where it's dealing with the material world. It definitely can give you great business sense, great tact, great ability to be measured, to be calculated, which can make you very skilled in the business world. You can find yourself suddenly rising to success or moving up the ladder in your career. If you have it placed in Aquarius, then this is going to make you excellent in terms of dealing with groups, organizations, large network circles, even dealing with online, connecting with different people with this position. So definitely it could make you very successful in any sort of cause, movement, whether it be social, political, all sorts of movements where you're trying to create change within society, bringing people together on this collective scale. So because of all of this charm and charisma, you have this command over the group. You have this ability to easily influence others. If you have this placed in Pisces, just like Sagittarius, it can take you traveling to foreign locations, meeting with foreign people, trying out different cultures, religions from foreign places with this position. But again, a need to use discernment because of that illusionary factor of Rahu. This placement also can make it easier for you to let go and to move on from previous relationships, because Pisces is that sign of escapism. At the same time, though, a lot of emotional trauma and difficulties can come with you when moving away from relationships, which are definitely things that you want to work through with this position. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you like this, don't forget to leave a like. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video.